Okay, my friends, it's Roger once again, and today I am going to finally finish up on the blood and how it affects your body, and what is in your blood, and what the different cells are, and how they react to invasion and food and making the chemistry of your body function correctly. Now, this is nobelprize.org. This is their official website, but this really gets in exactly to where I want to talk about in the blood. And what is a blood type? I just did something that shows that enzymes in your body from different bacteria can literally change your blood type. And I put up, I thought it was just that they did an experiment and they showed it could do this. However, I had somebody respond right away and said, that happened to me. I got dengue fever and all kinds of different illnesses, and they treated me extremely heavy with antibiotics, and they changed, I believe it was from A or B to O, something like that. But that is known to have happened. Nobody's ever understood why, I don't think. And this guy had no clue either. He said, I've wondered about this for years. They could never explain it. Well, now it makes sense because the antibiotics either they killed something. Antibiotics kill bacterial things in your body. The bacteria create enzymes. Now, some of the enzymes are destructive, absolutely. But most of them, literally most of them, are beneficial to you. They break down the chemistry required for your body to use the molecules that come in your body. You can't break them down. You can't use them. You can't turn a carrot into a finger. It just does not happen. You have to get the chemistry, breaking it all down into little bitsy pieces, and then it puts it all back together. And the bacteria is what does that. And they create these enzymes. They're called catalysts. Now, what does a catalyst do? It first of all, the enzyme squirts it out like just, blip, which is a most complex chemistry you've ever seen in your life. And that catalyst shoots right out into the blood, and then it attaches to one of these invading molecules, and it's a catalyst. When it goes and opens up, it does something that would take over 100 years to do if it did it naturally. It would do it that way naturally, but it would take over 100 years. It does instantaneously. So what are we dealing with which is in the blood? We have to discover what literally exists in your blood. It's not just red stuff, gooey stuff going around in you. There's things in it that support your life or will kill you. And they have to be kept in a certain manner, in a certain way. Now, let's talk about before Nobel Prize Award, Landsteiner discovered the ABO human blood groups in 1901. It thought that all blood was the same, just red stuff gushing through you. The misunderstanding led to fatal blood transfusions. And that is what, if you give somebody the wrong blood type, the antigens and antibodies fight each other, and you get problems. So Landsteiner was part of discovering another blood group, the Rh group. This is the rhesus group. Now, this is also pretty interesting. There are many blood group systems known today, but the ABO and the Rh blood groups are the most important ones used for blood transfusions. The designation Rh is derived from the rhesus monkeys in which the existence of the Rh blood group was discovered. Now, what is in your blood? What really literally is in that red stuff? Well, adult human has about 4 to 6 liters of blood just continuously circulating through your body. Among other things, blood transport oxygen, obviously, to various parts of the body. Now, as they flow through in the artery, they're in the red condition. When they expended all their oxygen, they turn a different color, and they come back up as more of a blue color. Now, what is actually in that gooey stuff? Well, there's red blood cells, there's white blood cells, there's platelets, little platelet things, and there's plasma. Well, what's plasma? Let's just start with plasma. Plasma is just a gooey fluid. It's fluid, and everything runs around through it. And what's in there is enzymes and all kinds of bacteria and all kinds of things are in that fluid. But the main components are platelets. All right? Platelets pretty much, they cover up scars and so forth. They create fibrin. I'll show you that. I have some shots of fibrin in the mud fossils. Now, the white blood cells, what do? They are the things that the factory inside of here. It's a factory, and there's a bunch of different types. But in each one of these types of white blood cells, it creates enzymes. There's bacteria and things in there that create enzymes. An enzyme is the most elegant piece of chemistry, and it squirts it out, and that floats through the plasma, which is all the fluidy stuff, and it goes to and attaches to some bacteria or some invasive chemistry that it has to break up, or food that it has to break down, so forth. So that's what the white blood cells do. They are factories for the production of chemistry. The bacteria is literally called on to produce the chemistry to make your body function. If the bacteria is not in there, you're not going to have the chemistry. Case closed. Now, inside your brain, there's an area that's called CPG islands. They call it the junk DNA. It's not junk DNA, it's programs. And those programs send through the vagus nerve, which is a nerve that goes back and forth from the gut and to everywhere in your body, back into these CPG islands. And it says, do you know anything about this new chemistry that's starting to invade us? And it sends back and it says, yeah, I know what that is. And it will send back a code, literally a program code, that will come into this cell. These are the white blood cells, and activate a bacteria. That bacteria is programmed to create a molecule that is so freaking elegant, it's unbelievable. And that molecule instantly is made and instantly shoots out into the bloodstream, and then it kills the thing that's trying to hurt you. If you don't have the bacteria, it's not going to happen. If it doesn't express correctly, which is in the CPG islands, if you've never seen it before, you don't have an island to program. You don't have a program up here in the island. So it says, hey, have you ever seen this molecule come in here before? There's some chemistry trying to kill us. And the CPG island says, no, I never saw that before. And I believe your body literally tries to figure out how to make chemistry to do this. It might call on 2 or 3 different bacteria to create 2 or 3 different molecules that when they get together, they can attack the thing. But somehow your body fights against invasion of literally anything. Because not everybody's getting sick. Not everybody's dying. That's the key. If everybody was getting sick and everybody was dying, well, there's not much you can do about that. That means it's just like everybody drank the Kool-Aid. Once you did it, you're done. But this is not the case with any kind of invasion. Your body fights back. But you have to have the bullets. You have to have the bacteria. They create the chemistry. It's really very, very simple when you break it down to this depth. When you get to who makes the chemistry that saves you? It's the bacteria. Well, what did we do to the bacteria? Well, I took antibiotics for root canal. And then I had to have 2 surgeries for fistulas, which my intestines broke through the walls because there was nothing to protect them. The bacteria was gone. There was no mucus. There was no chemistry to fight back against the thing. I'm eating all kinds of stuff. Everything. I eat literally anything. And so it's going through me. And something's got to deal with it. I killed all the bacteria that dealt with it. So now it invaded me. Well, I'm taking probiotics, obviously now. I've been very healthy since that had happened. But, you know, before that, it was very, very bad. I mean, very bad. And people die every day strictly because they don't have the right probiotics. And the guy that tipped me off to this, my buddy Roger, told me that they sent him home from the hospital, said you were going to go home and die. I'm sorry, there's not, or I don't know if they sent him home from the hospital. They just said you're dead. Your case is closed. Nothing we can do for it. He took this right here, and I take it now myself, and I have no affiliation to these people, but it's Primal Defense. He said about a week later he was back up and running, and they told him to go home and die, or you're dead. Your case is closed. And that's all he did. And I am talking to people all around the world, and they are taking this, and it's curing literally anything. I mean, it's unbelievable. Autism, virtually anything. People are getting up dancing when they haven't been able to walk. Absolutely incredible what will happen when you have the right enzymes, and that's what these are. All right, and then there's this HSO probiotic formula. Now, I think they have some soil organisms. The SO, I think, means soil organisms. You know, homeostatic soil organisms, something like that. But then they also have all these different lactobacilluses and biofidriums, and there's got to be a ton more than this. These are just the major players. So if we knew, because every single disease, 100%, if you put in any disease whatsoever followed by and gut bacteria, you will see that it says, oh, that disease causes this to happen in your gut. Totally the opposite. The gut is what causes the disease to happen. Put in any single disease whatsoever, anything whatsoever. Let's just try and, I mean, look, try anything you want. Yeah, this is nail fungus. Look, you read down, do whatever you want. It's stubborn, you can't get rid of it. 10% of people have it. Nail fungus and candida. So what exactly is candida? How does it become a problem? You might be surprised to learn candida is a type of yeast naturally present in small quantities in your mouth and intestines. It's there all the time, and it should be there. It helps you digest and absorb the nutrients from your food, absolutely. However, when it overgrows and gets out of control, it can lead to a variety of symptoms, skin issues such as nail fungus, itching, psoriasis, rashes, brain fog, chronic fatigue, mood issues, bloating, constipation, all of these things. Even autoimmune conditions, absolutely autoimmune conditions. All of these things are autoimmune conditions. Candida overgrowth can be triggered by any number of factors, example, round of antibiotics may kill off the good bacteria and keep yeast in check, allowing candida to gain control of your intestines. Once you're infected, you got a problem. It's hard to get it out of there and then to get your good stuff back in. Lifestyle factors may also contribute to overgrowth in your gut. Diet, high sugar, refined carbohydrates, alcohol feed the yeast naturally that are present in your body. So you're proliferating. You're doing what you can to make them survive. What you want to do is try to put them in control, get control of them. Factors such as birth control pills or high-stress lifestyle may disrupt the delicate balance of your gut flora, providing the ideal environment for yeast to flourish. Birth control pills. This whole thing is all related to gut, a whole body problem. So this is even gut, I mean, this is even, well, it's a leaky gut. It's everything. That's what happened to me. Now, it's really, 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 really is a serious issue, and it's just not being looked at in that way. Very little discussion about this, and this is, right now, is, I believe, if you were taking probiotics, you won't get this COVID, or if you do, you'll just sneeze a couple of times and go about your life. That is what I have found. I have 87,000, 88,000 people now, and I have zero have reported COVID, or literally any disease, virtually anything anymore, if they've been taking it for a number of months ahead of time. It just doesn't happen. Your body has the enzymes to deal with the things that it is meant to deal with. Now, you may experience a little of this or a little of that, but I got to be honest with you. Nothing ever happens to me, although I did have a strange thing happen. I had like a little brain seizure or something, but I think that was stress. But, you know, I'm not saying nothing can happen to you. But if your gut is in good shape and you don't feel that just uneasiness of the gut, whether it's constipation or diarrhea or just an uneasiness or pain or gurgling or any of that bloating. If any of that happens, you're not in control of the digestive process. You're not controlling it. And it is going to hurt you. It will absolutely hurt you. And you will not have the enzymes to deal with the invasive things or be able to break down the chemistry. So you say, oh, I'm allergic to this, or I can't eat that, or I'm this kind of intolerant, I'm lactose this. And, everything has to be dealt with when it enters your body. 100%. 100% of the molecules that come into your body have to be touched by enzymes and different things in your digestive system. Just the way it works. Your stomach breaks it down with acids, and then there's salts, and there's acids, and then there's all kinds of invasive chemistry that breaks things down, which is the enzymes. They call them proteins, enzymes. It's extremely elegant chemistry that does the breaking down and the putting together of chemistry that makes your body run. It's as simple as that.